delivering innovative solutions to the banking and financial needs of agri-businesses. Benga currently heads the agri-businesses and export finance desk at Wema Bank PLC. Aside from his regular day job, Benga is passionate about helping young people making the best out of the challenging situation in Nigeria to fulfill their dreams and purpose in life. With a big applause and a standing ovation, let's welcome Mr. Benga Adelan.
Children of God, shout hallelujah. Don't worry, I'm not here to preach. But as a Christian, I feel very comfortable in the midst of the children of God. I remember many years back, I grew up in CAC. So I'm used to the CAC kind of, youths that are very vibrant, spirit-filled, knowledgeable in scripture, and then also working vigorously and assiduously towards fulfilling their God-given purpose in life. So I'm happy to be in your midst this morning. As you have heard from the citation, my name is Benga Adelano. I'm a graduate of agriculture. I read agronomy. I hope that is not too much of big English. It's like you are cold. You are hungry. Somebody said, okay, this is a session where you get the food that will not make you hungry again for life. Just like that woman by the well. You know, the kind of water, she wanted to draw water. But what did Jesus give her? Living. So you are here for living bread today. Praise the Lord. Don't be weary. I thought I would make it here early enough because I always like early morning things. Apart from the fact that there are so many other things waiting for me in the office to do. If you are conversant with the agricultural calendar in Nigeria, you know that this is the season of activity. So, the season of activity is also affecting the rate of my work in the office too. So, I have to be on the run every other time. I'm going to be interjecting by asking you to praise the Lord because I'm in church. It's something I'm used to. Okay? I've been involved with youth right from my days in the university, even up to my first 10 years of work. I've been involved with youth. And my target is always to ensure that no matter what is going on in this Nigeria, in this our country, the youths have hope. You know, I will always take you to the scripture because we're in church. Because let me tell you, everything that is in the scripture has expression in what? In reality. So the Bible is not just one book for you to read to. The Bible is a book for you to read and what? Apply to your daily life. Okay? So I'm going to be referring you to the scriptures severally. Although I'm going to be talking about agric, I'm going to be talking about the agric value chain, the opportunities in the value chain, and the funds that are available for you to help you realize what? Realize your dream. Somebody shout hallelujah. Somebody shout hallelujah. Do we want to warm up a bit? Do we want to warm up a bit? Do we want to warm up a bit? Okay, can we stand up and do some exercise? Let us stand up and do some exercise under 2 minutes. I won't take much of your time, but it's important that you listen. When I came in here about 30 minutes ago, a very encouraging young lady was talking about how she started a fish farming business as a youth corper in Akure. That encouraged me a great deal. It made me feel welcome here. But now, the way you are, frowning your faces, I'm a bit feeling like I'm not welcome. Am I welcome here? Am I welcome here? Do you want to talk about agri? Do you want to listen to opportunities in agriculture? Please, is that lady here? Because she would be a major beneficiary of what I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to be using her as an example. She said 3 things that is very critical to what I've come here to do today. Starting small, taking opportunities along the value chain, and leveraging on technology to sell the agri products. Is the lady here? I think her name is Sheung. Are you here? Please, can you raise up your hand if you are here? The lady with the fish farm. Oh, wow. Okay, please, stay close to us because we will need you to make some contribution. Thank you very much. Sorry, as I start off, I did my slide on the laptop that I use for my work, forgetting that the laptop I use for my work cannot connect to any external device except it is in the office for IT security reasons. Because I've been under so much pressure lately, like I said, I've been going up and down. So I did not realize that this device will not work with your screen here. But be that as it may, I will try to paint as lucid as possible a picture of an agricultural value chain. Because the topic that you have given me to speak about is agricultural value chains and available fund. Now, when you talk about agricultural value chain, I'm starting now, and I want you to take notes. Take down notes. Okay, before I talk about agricultural value chain, there's a word that I want us to dimension. I want an interactive class. Forget that I'm putting a podium there. It's just to have something to put some of the things I brought on. Not because I want to do teacher, lecturer. In fact, I'm going to be walking around. Thank God I'm using a cordless. Okay, so please, I want to get your understanding. There's a word called agri-business. Write down that word, agri-business. A-G-R-I, then business. B-U-S-I-N-E-S-S. Agri-business. Because when you are talking to a banker, that is what a banker wants to hear. But I want us to be on the same page. A banker does not just want to hear agriculture. Okay? Because when you use the word agriculture in the generic form, okay, it means so many things. Because there's politics of agriculture, there's business of agriculture, okay, there is social aspect of agriculture, okay, but the one that the banker wants to hear, that wants to listen to, when you come to them to say, okay, I have so proposal, is the agri-business. Okay, so no, let's dimension that word. Let's tear it apart. Agri-business. Can someone here hazard a guess on what the meaning of agri-business is? I've been a teacher before. I've been an agri teacher, biology teacher for many years. During my university days, that was my part-time job. And then during youth service, of course, all of us who were sent to schools. So I will use the teacher method now. Who wants to try? Who wants to hazard a guess? Or should I call on someone? I will call on someone though. It can be anybody though. Is there someone who wants to try? The meaning of the word agri-business. Who wants to try? Who wants to try? My dear Sister Sheung, please can you explain the word, what you understand by the word agri-business? Sorry to bother you, but you know, youths always like models. They like to see somebody that has done it before to encourage them. So we're going to be making reference to you. Agribusiness. What is your understanding? You don't have to give a dictionary definition. Just say it the way you understand it. Agribusiness.
Thank you, sir. Agribusiness is a lucrative job. It has helped me to raise two of my younger ones when some people are like, sorry, I want to say this. My friends call me babe farmer. And because most people look at me like, fragile lady like you cannot undo this kind of work, like blah, blah, blah. I just look at them. I see it as what I want to do and do more. Because I don't think I can stand someone asking me to work for like 6 hours, 12 hours, for 6 days, and they tell me they will be paying me 55,000 naira in a month, where I can sit down in a week and make some cool money from my processing. I don't.
Thank you. Yeah, she's talking about our business, which is agriculture. Thank you very much. You can go back to your seat. Now, let me quickly explain why I needed to let you have a perspective on the word agribusiness. You see, when you come to a bank, okay, there's this notion that anybody that wants funding from the bank goes to the bank, okay, because you have been hearing about government saying they are giving money to give to agri, okay. That is the notion I want to dispel. When you approach a bank expects you to come and say, this is the business I am doing in this area of the economy, which is what? Agriculture. You are not coming to tell us, okay, I have a farm in Ijoikiti. I inherited it from my father, and I'm producing yam. Now, the question that will follow from a banker is, the yam, with all due respect, there is a highly placed person in this country, sorry, I'm digressing, who I'm using, this example I'm using, is the example, real life example of that person. He came to us, say, I've been farming yam somewhere in the middle belt of Nigeria for many years. I need loan to support my yam farming. And the next question is that, for how many years have you been farming this yam? For a minimum of 10 years. In that 10 years, how many tubers of yam can you say you sell in a year? No answer. Okay. How much do you sell one tuber of yam? Well, it depends. It's seasonal. What is the average? Give us an average. No answer. Okay. Now, okay. You are telling, do you keep records of the yam that you have been selling? And who are the major buyers of your yam? They come from everywhere, from south, southwest, from north, from east, southeast. But can you mention one or two of them? And how much tuber of yam does at least your biggest customer buy? No answer. If I mention the name of the person, you will know, but I will not mention. What I'm trying to bring out is that as bankers, we want to see the business in that vocation that you have involved yourself in. And how do we see the business? One, from your sales record. Okay. Two, we want to know your distribution channel, how you are marketing it. Three, we want to see the profits that you have been making from the business. If that is not available, that is when you see that farmers will be grumbling. The bank, they don't give farmers money. In my going to 10 years, I have close to 17 years banking experience. In the last 10 years, I've focused on just one thing, financing agriculture. And I can beat my chest that I've given farmers across the broad spectrum loans to do their business. I've given loan to a poultry farmer, to a fish farmer, to a tomato farmer, to a oil palm farmer. In my 10 years of consistent work in the agricultural finance space. So, remove it from your mind that when you go to bank, they will not give you money because you are a farmer. The reason why you don't get loan, people don't get loan from for farm business, for farming. Let me remove the business first. The reason why many farmers don't get loan is because banks do not see the business in that farming that you are doing. We want to see the business. What banks give money for is business, not just a hobby or a vocation. Let me, to further give you an understanding of this. Many of you, I believe all of you are in secondary school. All of you are in minimum of secondary school or above. Is there anybody that is below secondary school level here? Is there anybody that is below secondary school level? Okay. So, I'm talking to secondary school and above. University graduates, university students, secondary school students at least. Now, at one time or the other, you must have studied agricultural science, haven't you? You must have talked to you about subsistence farming. What is subsistence farming? Farming to just feed yourself, and when you have a little, you take it to the market. Those days when I visit my auntie in Ido-Ekiti, her husband is a farmer. And then they will say, Amoeko, Otide, I never even knew I would study agriculture then. But year in, year out, I think right from when I was in primary 6, that my auntie, I love her so much. Anytime she comes to Lagos and I'm on holiday, I'll follow her. So her husband is a big farmer by their standard there in Ido-Ekiti. And you know, September, October, usually harvest time for maize, especially. So during the holiday, between July and September, I will be there. They will be harvesting maize, dry maize. When they finish harvesting the maize, my auntie will take a good chunk of those maize harvest, use it to make ogi, use it to prepare what they call abari. It's like moi that is made with corn. You can see I'm a village boy. So then she will use some to make some other things that they will keep, that will provide food. The remaining little that she has, that is where she will now take to the market for us to go and sell. And I will follow her to the market. And we'll just put those small things there. You know, sometimes people will just be passing, they will not even ask us what we are selling. But me, I will sit down with her there. That is what they call subsistence farming. No banker in this whole wide world will give money for that kind of farming. Because the purpose of that farming is for the household to have something to feed. So when it's remaining little, you will now take it to what? Take it to the market. Whether you sell it, and that is why they sell it at giveaway price. Because when you keep it in the house, thank God I was very observant. Some of those things that I learned then, they are working for me. I discovered that in the kitchen, where they tie the maize, the dry maize, you know, everywhere black like that on top of the kitchen ceiling. So even when you bring out those maize, you will see some lava inside. They call it luku luku. So those maize self, If they keep them too long, what? It will spoil. Sure you understand? So they take it to the market and sell it as giveaway. That time, 10 naira. Sometimes we'll go back home with just 10 naira. Okay. 1 naira, 50 kobo. So sometimes we go back home with just 5 naira and we'll be happy. No banker will give such kind of, farming money. Now, I think I've made you to now understand the difference between just saying that you are involved in agriculture and then you are involved in agricultural business. Like now she's involved in agri-business. What I expect from her when she approaches me for loan is to say, you have been doing this business since your service year in 2014. That is 4 years ago. Okay, you should be able to tell me, since that time, you started with how many fishes? Juvenile, abi, fingerlings. Fingerlings. You started with fingerlings, maybe 1,000. Okay, you grow them for 5 months or 6 months. 5 months. So after 5 months, you sell them. Then you know the weight that you sell. Maybe 1 kg, maybe 500 grams, maybe 200 grams. Abi? Those are the questions I'll be asking you. Okay? Those are the questions a banker will ask you. Now, on the average, your 1 kg sells for 800 naira. Yes, 800. So, what the banker is trying to see is trying to see how much money you are making. When they know how much money you are making, then they start asking you, how much do you buy 1 fingerling? How much do you feed them for 5 months? So they want to know your cost. So when they know your cost, then they will now do selling price minus cost price and get your profit. It is from that profit that they expect you to pay back the loan. Okay? Are we following? Are we following? So it is from that profit that they expect you to pay back the loan. Now, having established that, let's go back to agricultural value chain. When we talk about agricultural value chain, it does not involve farming alone. Okay? It does not involve farming alone. Agricultural value chain starts from, if we take maize production, for example, agricultural value chain will start from, let's say, IITA. IITA is producing the seed, the maize seed, for you to plant. Then, it goes from there to, which fertilizer company do you know in Nigeria? Do you know Notori? Do you know Golden Fertilizer? Okay, you don't know. Okay, it goes to the fertilizer producer. So the fertilizer producer is also part of the agricultural value chain. Then you now have what? The person that, when you are talking about commercial agriculture, you are talking about mechanized agriculture. So the person that is providing the tractor for you to rent, whether it is the state government ADP or an independent fertilizer leasing agent, they are also part of the value chain. Then when you have those three, then you now have the farmer. All those three put together are one segment of what? Of the value chain. They are called the input suppliers. From the input supplier, then you now go to the farmers. The farmers take the seed, take the fertilizer, call the ADP people to come and help him plow. If you have like 1 hectare, for example, 1 hectare is like 12 plots. It may be difficult for you to call, it may be difficult for laborers, just ordinary laborers, to do it. So when you're talking about commercial farming, you need tractor. So you call in the tractor helps you to plow and reach and harrow the land. Then you now, and sometimes even the tractor will help you to plant the seed. Once the seed is planted, then you have all other activity within it. okay, weeding, fertilizer application, and all other things, spraying insecticide, and then you come to the harvest. All that activity put together is one aspect of the value chain called primary production. Then the other aspect of the value chain is when you have a grain miller. For example, somebody that is producing ogi, pap, or producing what? That's producing what? Rice. Okay, we are talking about maize. Because when you are talking about value chain, you use one crop first. Rice too can also go in. So when you produce your rice, you take it to the rice miller, who will remove the husk, destone it, and all other things, so that the rice can be edible, can be easy for you to eat without chewing on stone. Okay? But still talking about maize, you have the feed millers, people who use maize to make animal feed. You will know about them because you are in fish production. So those are also part of the value chain that are called processors. Now, when you leave those who are processing, you now go to the end of the value chain, which is called marketing. The people who market are the people who distribute. For example, now, you may not be able to go directly to Premier Feed to buy your fish feed. You go to someone who is a distributor in Akure to go and buy. So those also are part of the what? Value chain. That is a value chain in a nutshell. Now, to use our sister here as an example, our sister here is a part of two segments of the value chain. How is that? Number one, she produces the fish and then she processes the fish. Because I heard you say you process them. You have a kiln dryer. Okay, so you process it. What do you do to it? You take it, you smoke it, Abby. You degut, you smoke. You make it easy for somebody like me that is working in the office to go and say, I just buy it, just eat it directly like that. I can even use it to drink garri. Yes, because it is processed, it is smoked. That smoking will cook it, will dry it, and will make it ready for anybody to eat, or even for further processing. Because further processing can happen even after that. Someone can take it and mix it with maybe something to make soup or to make stew. In other parts of the world, things like that, they will take them from you, mix some other things with it, and can it. Okay? So the processing can still continue. So that is a value chain, agricultural value chain in a nutshell. In each aspect of this value chain, you can play. When I mean play, I don't mean playing as in running around. We use the word play to mean you can be involved, you can operate, or you can do business in any part of this value chain. So when we are talking about agricultural value chain, it's not just farming. Because, for example, it will be difficult for the farmer to produce effectively and efficiently without the other actors. For example, let us use our fish business value chain. You buy fingerlings from someone. That person that has sell fingerlings to you is what you call the input supplier. He has a hatchery and he has a breeder farm. So he breeds the fishes, hatches them, and you go there and buy the fingerlings. And you grow the fingerlings, you harvest them, and you process them. Somebody can come tomorrow and say, look, this thing that you are producing, this dry processed fish that you are producing, they are looking for it in Ibadan. Can I be coming every other week or every month? Because there's a way you can do your production that you will be having products every month, at least. So, The person can come and say, me, I don't have the heart, I don't have the nerve to do, okay, you are a lady now. Another lady can say, alágbára ni wọ́, àti mú ẹja yẹn dání lásán gan-an, ó bà mí lẹ́rù. See, I cannot even hold the fish. But when it is dead and not in young, it is smoked and ready, I can come and be carrying them to Ibadan or to Lagos to come and sell. Now, the problem that you might run into, if over the time you don't have someone like that who can be taking those things off you, is that you have so much products that you are not able to sell. So every member, every player along what we call an agri-value chain is very, very what? Very important. So that is why you have a value chain. Without the person with a hatchery that is producing fingerling, you cannot do your fish production business. If you run into trouble, God forbid, and you are not able to sell, it will affect every other person along the value chain. Because that means you will not be going to buy fingerlings again from that person. So that person that is selling fingerling will lose a customer. And across the value chain like that, along the value chain, you have lucrative business opportunity that you can start with small money. Your fish, when it is ready, what is the average price? 1.5. Today, you can have an uncle. One of you can have an uncle that you have been saying, please help me to get a job. When I was coming, somebody still sent CV to me on my way here. So I know what I'm saying. And that your uncle just feels that, for example, I know many people like Sheung, okay, who need distributors with 150,000. With 150,000, you'll be able to get 100 pieces of, processed smoked dry fish from Sheung. Instead of, disturbing me every time that I'm looking for a non-existent job, let me be honest with you. That is why many universities are teaching entrepreneurship. The reality of Nigeria as we have now is that jobs are very few. I don't want to say there are no jobs, but they are very few for the number of graduates that we produce every year. But there is opportunity to make money in Nigeria. The opportunity that is there in Nigeria to make money is 100 million times more than the number of graduates we are producing. But just because we have become used to this idea of you go to university for 4 years, you come out, you look for a job in the bank, or you look for a job in the oil company. That is why we are not taking advantage of opportunity. Continuing my story, if I give you 150,000 to go and buy fish from Sheung, put transport costs. Madam Sheung, 100 pieces of your fish will enter like 2 boxes. Like 2 or 3 boxes or 4 boxes. Let's say 4 boxes maximum. By the time you get to Ilesha garage in Akure or Lagos garage, and you want to load it, max, they will collect 10,000 naira from you. No, we are just saying maximum. They will collect 10,000 naira from you. So you have that to 150,000. That is 160. When you bring those fishes to Lagos and people want to buy it, you will not sell it less than 1,800. If you want to know, you live in Lagos, some of you live in Lagos. If you want to buy 1 piece of those fish in the restaurant, how much do you pay? Because I still ate one yesterday at Tasty Fried Chicken. 1,200. And 1 pack will have like 2 pieces. Isn't it? So you cannot sell it less than 1,800. So 1,800 times 100, how much is that? 180,000. So in just 1 month, you have made 30,000. You keep that 30,000. Okay? Keep it on one side. So your capital for that business is 160,000. That is 150 plus transport money. So you go back to Kemi, to Sheun, and say, Auntie Sheun, please, can you give me some on credit? So that when I sell, I bring back to you. Okay? Your 30,000 is still there. That's your profit. You don't touch it. Okay? Yoruba people, in fact, that's why I like being a Yoruba person. There's a proverb for everything. You understand? So you keep the ere one side. Sorry, pardon me. There are no Yorubas here, Abi. So, sorry, pardon me. Sorry, pardon me. I speak only English and Yoruba language. I'm very sorry. I'm trying to be a better Nigerian. I've been the least 30 states in Nigeria, but I still cannot speak English in my adult life. So it's difficult to learn languages when you are above 30, not even when you are above 40 like me. So I don't I look 40. Anyway, so please pardon me. When I speak Yoruba, I interpret. That means you don't eat the profit of your business venture alongside with the capital. So, Sheun, who also want to sell more, will give you more because in 1 month, okay, you are coming back to her. In fact, you'll be putting pressure on Sheun to go and increase her production. 1 month, okay. Do you understand? So, you get some credit from her. Maybe you are able to buy more than 150,000 worth of fishes, and then you bring it to Lagos and you sell again. You make maybe 60,000 profit, you keep. In 3 months, I bet you would have made back in profit, not the seed capital now. In profit, you would have made back both the 150 that I gave you as your uncle, and then something for yourself. I have so many graduates. I did interview yesterday for some people that I want to engage. One of them was telling me, working in a bank as a contract staff, how much is he earning? 40,000 naira. And he has targets to meet. 40,000 naira. So, don't kid yourself. Don't let anybody tell you cock and bull story. This person is a graduate. I didn't bring my bag. 2-1, agricultural economics, Lautech, 2-1. And when we were interviewing him, we saw the stuff. In my church that I attend, a lady with first class had to go and take first class, business administration, first class. I'm in the church, I'm not lying. And God sees me if I'm lying. First class, had to go and take a teaching job of 30,000. With all the pressure, you didn't teach my children well, I'll teach you well. Sometimes they will even say, because of this, we will deduct part of your salary. So if you are doing your own business, you have your own time to yourself, and you are making that 30,000 naira. What do you have to lose? Sometimes they will even be owing them 2 months, 3 months salary, because there are too many schools now, Seth. If you don't teach my child well, I will take the person to another school. And once you take one child from one school, the income for that school reduces by the number of children that have been taken out. So they have a challenge. So agribusiness, as I've said from beginning, does not involve farming alone. It starts from seed, fertilizer, tractor. There's even a program that they are doing in the north, where they are engaging young graduates, farm mechanization program. The state government will buy tractor, train graduates and school leavers, OND minimum, on how to maintain the tractor, to repair the tractor. They will train some people on how to drive the tractor. I'm not telling you cock and bull story. I'm telling you reality. I've been involved in agricultural finance for 10 years. You know my name. Go and check me on LinkedIn. I'm very, very much alive there. You will see my profile and see all the banks that I've worked and I've done agri business. Okay? So anything I'm telling you reality. And I'm trying to encourage you to embrace this business. So they train those people to drive tractors. They train some other people to repair the tractors and to maintain it. The bank that I work, I will mention, the bank that I worked before is the one financing this program, FCMB. So, at any planting season, an average tractor driver, at any the planting season is usually 3 months window. Within that 3 months, the average tractor driver makes 1.5 million naira. So they said that even those people that they train to repair tractors, they are saying, we are not seeing work. Maybe I want to retrain as a driver, because the tractor drivers are even making more money than the tractor repairers, because the tractor repairers' work is occasional. If tractor doesn't spoil, it doesn't get money. So if in 3 months you can make 1.5 million naira, so how much do you make? How much does an employer in this average Nigerian of today want to pay you? You cannot get, as a young graduate, there are few companies, very, very few, even in banks, you cannot get 500,000 naira per month. Now, let me talk about the available funding opportunities. The available funding opportunities, there are so many interventions that the government have tried to do. And let me be honest with you, some of them are just noise. But in reality, some of them are working. Now, I will only share with you the ones that I know that are working, at least that I've been involved in. Number one, without any collateral, without any prior experience in agric, as a young graduate, if you bring yourself together as a cooperative group or as an association, or you go and register with a cooperative group in your locality, you can have access to funding for agribusiness. Now, this program is called the Anchor Borrower Scheme. What did I call it? What did I call it? Anchor Borrower Scheme is a scheme that is targeted at existing farmers and young school leavers that are going into farming fresh. What do you need to qualify for this? Number one, join a farm cooperative or an agricultural cooperative group in your area of residence, in your locality. If you are in Akure and you are interested in fish farming, I'm sure that you know the Catfish Farmers Association. Are you a member? So if you are interested in catfish farming, for example, you can talk to her. She will take you there, you join the association. Once you join the association like that, they will divide you into different groups. Then, there is someone that is called the anchor or the off-taker, somebody who buys fish in bulk. Now, They will link you with that person that buys the fish in bulk. So that when you produce your fish, you don't have the problem of where will I sell it. Like I said, number one, you join an association. Once you join the association, you are divided into groups under that association. Then the bank or the government agency in your state or your locality will bring someone who will buy the fish from you, called the anchor or the off-taker. I'm just using fish as an example. Even if it is maize, it is the same process. It is the same process flow. So the next thing is that the bank will come in. Okay? Once the bank come in, they will request your association to send the list of farmers that are registered with them. The list will contain your account number, your BVN. If you have not opened an account before, you have to open an account with the bank with minimum of 1,000, 2,000 naira. Okay? Then, once the bank gets the list, the bank will work with CBN to get the fund. Once they get the fund will be packaged as a loan to each individual farmer. Now, all you have to do is to ensure that you produce a minimum quantity that has been agreed between you and the off-taker. For example, the off-taker can say, you are 100 farmers. I will take 10 pieces of 1 kg catfish from each of you. So, all you must do is to make sure that you produce that 10 pieces of 10 kg fish. Because that 10 pieces of 10 kg fish will be just the amount that is necessary to repay your loan. Now, it doesn't matter if you use the loan to produce 30,000 fishes. But once you can deliver 10 pieces of fish to the off-taker at the agreed amount, your loan is paid out. And I can boldly tell you that the Nigerian rice that Olam is producing today, called Olam Mama Pride, was done through that particular anchor borrower scheme in Nasarawa State that I was directly involved in. So I'm not here to be telling you cock and bull story. If it has not happened, if it doesn't work, I will not tell you that it works. Go and check. Olam today produces a Nigerian rice called Mama Pride. Maybe it doesn't get to Lagos for now because they are still trying to expand their production. But if you go to Abuja or you go to Kaduna, you will see there. So it is that anchor borrower scheme working with 2,000 farmers in Nasarawa State that Olam, working as the off-taker, used to achieve that feat. So, I've said it, all you need is belong to a farmers association and show commitment. Once you do that, once that opportunity for funding using under that scheme comes up, then you can partake. That's one. Two, you have the CBN MSME DF. That is for already existing farmers. Small scale commercial farmers. Small and medium scale commercial farmers. And every other operator along the agricultural value chain. This loan comes at 9% per annum interest rate. I don't know if my sister has ever borrowed money from bank. If we have borrowed, maybe probably from microfinance bank, those ones will charge you 5% per month minimum. But this one is 9% per annum. So it is 9 divided by 12. 9 divided by 12 is what? It's less than 1% per month. Okay? So to qualify for this, you must be an existing agribusiness person. That means you are either in farming, processing of agricultural commodity, or in the selling of agricultural inputs. So that qualifies you, then you can approach the bank to access the loan. It's a pity that I came when hunger is setting, and then I have limited time. So that is just a nutshell, because I've been signaled that my time is up. That is just a little nutshell about the agricultural value chain and the kind of funding that you can access. These two that I've mentioned are the ones that are working, the ones that I personally have been involved in as a financier, and I know it works and it continues to work. Thank you very much. So I will take questions. Just tell me your name, what you do. That'll be all.
I'm a student and I'm a fashion designer. Okay, you said something about joining an association. I guess it's not just about farming, like generally, do you have to join an association for you to get loan? Or I know you have to get your business registered, but that association, is it very necessary?
My colleagues in SME, if they are here, would have been the best people to answer. But I know that association helps. When you join an association, it helps you. Because most times when banks want to give loan to small scale enterprise, one of the risks that the bank wants to mitigate is the risk of character. Whether this person is, apart from the business that the person does, whether this person is the kind of person that you should even deal with. So, the essence of association to a bank is you have a legitimate body that has a reputation to protect, that can vouch for you. That is in the importance of joining an association with respect to accessing loans or having a relationship with bank as a small scale entrepreneur, as a small scale business person. Did I answer that question? So, you don't just join an association just for the sake of, me too, I want to belong. There must be some benefits. And as far as banking is concerned, the benefit is that the bank can leverage on that association to give you a score in terms of reference, to reference your character and your person. Any other question? Any other question? Question? Have I been able to interest you in agribusiness? Have I been able to interest you in agribusiness? Okay. So ask questions. I expect that you'll be agitated by now, you'll become more inquisitive. Or is it the hunger?
Okay. Hold on. One of our pastors asked a question.
Okay.
All protocols duly observed, sir. Please, I know you are from Wema Bank.
Yes, sir.
Please, do you offer such facility in Wema?
Okay. Thank you very much.
That is number one.
Okay.
If you do, many of us are from different parts of this country. We are from different states.
Okay.
Can we access such from that state? If yes, fine. But if it's at the headquarters, then can we have contact people we can reach out to so that it makes our life easier? So that when we have organizations back at home or societies we join, we can tell them, let's access this facility through this medium. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, Wema Bank, we do agribusiness financing, and that is why I am the head of Agric Finance. Sir, so to answer your question, your number one question, we offer such facilities in Wema Bank. The only thing I will say is that Wema Bank is just trying to reinvent itself in this area of agricultural finance. And that is why I was brought in. Because I've been doing it before this year, let's say a minimum of 7 years. So Wema Bank is vigorously, because Wema Bank's strength is in the southwest. Except for Ondo State. There's no other state in southwest that has oil. Southwest is predominantly agrarian. So we are doing it. In our branches, you can go to any of our branches in any state. There are a few states that we are not present, especially in the north. Okay? And the reason is because before now, Wema Bank was a regional bank. Wema Bank was focused only on Southwest. It was about 3 years ago, or 4 thereabout, that we became a national bank. National bank now means that we have to spread to other parts of the country. But we are spreading gradually. We are in Kaduna, we are not yet in Plateau, we are in Bauchi, we are in Kano, we are in Nasarawa State, we are in Abuja, we are in Niger State, and some other states in the north. But you will have county branches of Wema Bank in the north. But when you come to the southwest, there's no state in the southwest that we don't have branch. I can beat my chest about that. There's no state in the southwestern Nigeria that you don't have a Wema Bank branch. Even in very hot places, like Ayetoro, like Igboho, like all those interior interlands, you will see a Wema Bank there. Where you will not even see any other bank. In the southwestern part of Nigeria, you will see Wema Bank there. And you can walk into any of those branches to make inquiries about getting finance for agriculture. Now, let me be honest with you. We don't have agri representatives in all those branches. We are just starting that. In fact, we just started looking for staff to deploy, whose only focus will be agri. Okay? So, before the end of this year, by God's grace, we will have at least in the southwest, you have a Greek representative in Ibadan. The Ibadan person will also, from time to time, go to Kwara and Ogun State. Then we'll have someone in Osogbo who also, from time to time, will go to Ekiti and Ondo State. Pending the time, we will get enough qualified people, because we cannot just employ anybody. The essence is someone that can handle inquiries on agribusiness, somebody who understands the farmer, who understands the agribusiness, and can relate with the farmer, and can also help the bank to get good agribusiness. And it's very scarce. So we'll make do with those two before the end of this year by God's grace. Okay, so, but for now, you can walk into any branch, because even at the branches, we have given them a focus on sourcing agri businesses. Because what business do you want to do in the southwest? Even in Ondo, where they have oil, I don't think branches or banks in Ondo are having any oil and gas entities that they are banking in Ondo State. So that is what we are working on. I hope I've answered your question, sir.
Just
Any other question?
Last question.
Last question.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
My question is that you just mentioned association.
Yes.
Okay, now, suppose
association, not only association, let me clarify. It can be a cooperative group. In fact, most preferably, cooperative group.
Okay, suppose have a farming, let me say poultry farming, as a person, individual,
Okay.
and I register with corporate affairs,
Yes.
must I go ahead
No,
to
you
the...
don't have to. You don't have to. You can also access agricultural funding as an individual. But it's just for people who are just starting. I don't know for how long you have been doing your business, but for people, you have been doing it for 10 years. We don't need a reference. Your business is your reference. Your account statement is your reference. What enters into your account and comes out is your reference. So we don't need it. For young people that are just starting out in this business, in any business, okay, we need to reference your character. And when I talk about character, we're talking about the kind of person you are, your financial character in terms of how you handle money, what kind of money, what volume of money have you handled before, and all of that. So that's why association is involved. It's not that you cannot get loan without belonging to association. But when you are starting out like that, it's an advantage for you. Any other question?
This is all for now. But youth in the house, I want to recognize the presence of one of our daddies. Is a renowned dignitary in our midst, in person of Eda Shola Alabi, the patron of CMCM Youth for Christ. And while I was about to recognize their presence, I can also see our matron in person of Lady Evangelist Yabode Aladin Jano Ogunleye coming in. I'm going to go further on the recognition later, but Eda Shola Alabi has a comment regarding the agri aspect.
All right.
So briefly, he's going to tell us that.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Mine is by way of comments. Let's appreciate the speaker, please. Everybody. We are well educated today, sir, and well informed about the opportunities that exist in Agric. But my question is the following. How do we take it over from what he has said? How many people are interested in agribusiness? How many people are interested in agribusiness? How many people are doing agribusiness at the moment? Only you. Please stand up.
No, and that other lady.
You are doing agribusiness at the moment? Okay, let's start this way. How many people are doing agribusiness at the moment? You are the only one.
Brother over there.
Who else? Please come to this side. Please come to this side. If you are doing agribusiness currently, please come to this side. Please sit down. Then, how many of us are interested in agribusiness? Based on this information and education we've gotten today, how many of us? Please, maybe you should vacate. If you are into it, then come to this side. So, starting from this side, am I right? Oh, from this. Okay. Put down your names, your addresses, your telephone numbers. What we want to do is that by this time next year, we want to hear your success story. The theme of our message this year is new things. Am I right? So I love what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. New things. Meaning that you guys are doing what? Are doing what? New. Beautiful. And that the way support you to take it to the next level. We have the bank. The banker is here. If you are serious about what you are saying, if you have a good vision, we will introduce you to the bank to support you. If you are serious, not the type that I want to take money, then you disappear. No. You must demonstrate what? Seriousness. Please. For those who are already doing agribusiness, we'd like to have a chat with you. What are you doing currently, and how can you take it to the next level? And what is your experience so far? That's the essence of coming together here. We need to empower our youths. You are the future of tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be talking about mentorship. Mentorship is also about empowerment. When you see the church, the pastors, the prophet, the elders, they must be able to impart on your lives. Am I making sense to somebody? Yes, sir. The church should be able to impart on your lives. And that's the reason why you are gathered together today for this youth convention. So that every year there's a growth in your life. This coming together is to learn one thing or the other. So like I said, a new thing is coming after today, after this convention. In Jesus' name, thank you.
Please help me celebrate our daddy. We can do better, we can do better, we can do better. Ever supported. God bless you, sir.
What's it? Okay. No comments. Thank you very much. I appreciate being invited. This is one of the things I like to do. And like Elder has said, next year I also want to be part of your success story. Praise the Lord.
Thank you. Help me appreciate Mr. Benga Adelano for the good agricultural lecture he has just presented. Please, I want to hear that clapping. I want to hear that clapping. I want to hear that clapping. Like, sir, please don't go yet, sir. Don't go yet, sir. Just 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Like we have a national anthem, which we sang last night. Arise, O compatriot. When I was young, and most of us that are even here, I don't know, but I always target agricultural anthem. We are all going to stand up now, and like Edda Shola has just did. There is this song that says, Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa. Can I hear you singing it? Ìwé kíkọ́ láìsí ọkọ́ àti àdá kò pé o. Celebrate yourself, celebrate yourself. Hallelujah. I believe it has been a wonderful moment this afternoon, and I believe many of us have been imparted in one way or the other. And once again, I will quickly like to do an introduction of some of our leaders that are here. Like I introduced Eda Shola Alabi the right time, the patron CMCM Meet for Christ, and also our mommy, Lady Evangelist Alebdejano Ogunleye, and